This is the first session. I want you to take a moment and reflect on what are your thoughts, feelings, concerns today?
Um, Thoughts are a lot. There's like a lot going through my head. Obviously, a lot of it is like uncertainty, just don't really know what's what to expect, basically. Feelings are surprisingly excitement. I'm excited to start this journey and just kind of like be better guided. Um, so yeah, that's where I'm at today.
All right. I think I made a bold prediction that like in 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to feel quantitatively different than you do at the beginning. Yes? I believe
Yes.
that was my bold statement.
Yes, yes, it
Well, let's
was.
get to work so that we can accomplish that. I set aside 90 minutes. I'm not sure if you had that much time. I actually my husband might be a little annoyed at me today. Let's see if we can. He's been doing a bunch of stuff without me, and he's waiting for me to work. So maybe we'll try to keep it to uh 70 minutes today.
Okay.
But in general, I started moving it out to 90 minutes with I have another client just because I think that sometimes an hour we just don't get as much done.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, so let's start with questions. What questions do you have? And maybe um take a moment to reflect and type them in the chat. Because I think sometimes when you talk extemporaneously, you forget like you have other questions, and maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
the moment of just stopping to write a couple of questions that
Mm-hmm.
you get your complete thoughts out. Take a minute to do that.
I don't think I have much questions. I do remember those two being very prevalent, but if any come up as we're speaking, I'll keep putting them in the
Okay,
chat.
what does the writing process look like? The writing process really is a practice. And so let's look at other practices. There is the practice of law, the practice of medicine. Uh, what other practices can you think of?
Therapy.
Therapy practice, right? So when you think of those kinds of things, law practice, medicine practice, therapy practice, what are we sort of talking about when we use the word practice?
Oh, it's not really like definitive. Like it's not really like this is the end goal, and once you reach this, like it's constantly changing, constantly evolving, constantly having to make an effort to consistently grow and develop.
Perfect. And it also means that you're sort of starting with some foundational ideas, right? The practice of law has some foundational ideas that are different than the foundational laws of medicine and therapy.
Hmm.
But there is a fundamental law, there are fundamental laws. And no matter whether you practice law, medicine, or therapy in Texas or Arizona or California, there may be some slight differences, but there is a ground that you from which you draw, and that it does require uh, some sort of apprenticeship first and supervision, and then you become sort of a senior practitioner, able
Hmm.
to work on your own. right?
Right. Hmm.
And I think that in the Chicago school, I don't know if this is, I'm going to amend that. I think it's kind of a thing in doctoral programs that we don't get often the kind of apprenticeship that we need.
Mm.
I call it sort of academic hazing. We throw you into the water and say, like, oh, we push you into the water. And like, after we push you, we go, hey, can you swim?
Right.
Okay, are you okay down there? Can you swim? All right, well, if you swim to the other side, I know it's deep. I know you didn't expect it, but if you get to the other side, we'll call you a doctor. I'll be back when you're ready.
Right.
And I think that kind of comes from some traditions. There are like some Socratic traditions where you sort of sit and reason and you teach yourself. And I think that there's a lot of value in that, but I also think that there needs to be a lot more structure. So that for me, a writing practice means that I learn the rules of writing, academic writing. And the strange thing is, you're already in the doctorate program, and why would you need to learn rules? You've been writing for half your life, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you that a lot of a lot of the habits that you have in writing are ill-informed. And so we kind of get to the doctorate level. And I remember when it's like my master's degree, I ran into a professor, his name is Dr. Quisenberry, and he goes, McNeil, your writing is good, but it lacks discipline, and you really could stand to use the meal plan. I was like, what's the meal plan? And I was low key, maybe even high key offended.
Hmm.
Because I thought of myself as a good writer. And I was resistant to the idea of the meal plan. It felt restrictive. Uh, and I didn't understand it, but eventually I came to recall or remember or understand that the meal plan is something that we learned in fifth grade. That a paragraph is centered around or structured around a single thought,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And so a lot of my writing would just drift. I'd start writing and like, I'm kind of all over the place. And when I learned how to lock in with the meal plan, my writing began to take shape. It was easier to edit because I knew what I was talking about.
Hmm.
I could
Yeah.
actually also pick up paragraphs and move them around and not
The
affect the
flow.
logic of the whole
Hmm.
project. So we're going to start with, I'm glad that you asked that question because really that is the foundation.
Hmm.
I kind of feel like I feel like I'm a meal plan evangelist.
At this point.
I started teaching in higher education before I finished my PhD. I was like a year into it. And I started teaching at this institution called Chowan in North Carolina. But because I only had a master's degree, I couldn't teach at the master level. I had to co-teach. And I was paired with the dean of Chowan. And it was about a year or so. I was hired to sort of be a TA, but I thought he wanted me to teach, so I came to teach, and I brought to that university the meal plan, and I even think that I kind of energized a 20-year-old and a 20-year veteran faculty who sort of was lost in trying to energize students and get them to move forward. And so now I'm going to teach it to you. Do you know
Nice.
it?
Um, I want to say, as you're saying this, a couple of things that kind of stand out at me, right? Some of the thoughts that have gone through my head this last few days since our last conversation have been discipline, right? Like the purpose of discipline and how, and that's been all across my life right now. It's like a pattern, and I always joke, um, not really joke, but joke, because I'm spiritual, right? And I was like, God just, he's so funny because every time he'll pull little things and it'll be in every area of my life where he's like, discipline,
Yes,
discipline, discipline,
yes,
discipline.
yes,
And I'm like,
yes.
I don't think it's a coincidence that you're
No,
using that word specifically.
no.
And I want to say that with the meal plan, um, I've kind of always used that structure, if it's what I'm thinking, right? And I've always thought like maybe it's just a very infantile way of me preparing my, I've always thought of my writing very subpar or very like, maybe I need to evolve from this because, other people have very um expansive vocabulary and the way that they write just sounds very impressive, I guess. But I'm
Scholarly.
but I'm more like, let's just get to the point. And I kind of, if it's what I'm thinking, I kind of always use that structure of like point one and summarize, point two, and summarize what we're trying to
Okay.
get across.
All right. Yeah, you're very much already in that direction. Um, the meal plan is a structure for every paragraph, and the mnemonic is MEAL. And I expand it to be MEAAL. And I read a lot. I teach, so I read a lot of papers. I teach from every level, from the associate to the doctorate level. And here's what I've discovered. Doctorate students and associate students write the same way,
Mm.
badly, really, really badly. Because a lot of our writing habits get cemented in high school, we get to college, and then someone tries to, teach us, and we resist it a little bit. Also, we're stupid because we're undergrads. We're like our brains haven't developed. And then you get
Mhm.
to master's level, and you've been writing that way for so long. Why should you change? And then you get to the
Right.
doctorate level, and now like, leave me alone. I'm a doctor, right?
Hmm.
The meal plan allows you to start maybe a little more basic, but once you master the basic salute, once you
Yes, yes.
master the basic, you can actually begin to write in that expansive way that you're talking
Mm.
about. So, the first sentence is, well, here's the first idea. Every paragraph has to be at least 3 sentences, but no more than 5. And let me explain. Yeah, what are you thinking?
That's usually what they do anyway.
Yeah. 3 sentences, less than 3 sentences. I cannot tell you how many doctoral um, writing projects I read with a 2 sentence paragraph. And that is like fingers on the chalkboard. Like that is not a complete thought.
Right.
That's not a complete thought.
Hmm.
Um, the rule of 3 is a very important rule. If you're going to bullet point something, it should be at least 3.
Right.
If you're going to write a paragraph, it needs to be at least 3. It's the 3 is the rule of comedy, right? The setup, the setup, the premise, the setup, and the punchline.
That's right.
Without the rule of 3, it's not funny,
Hmm.
right? So every paragraph needs to be at least 3 sentences, and every paragraph should not be more than 5. If you look at my more than, uh, and we will look at my work, because I also think that the writing process is best informed with a reading practice. Attempting to write a dissertation before you've read one is folly.
Hmm.
You need to see the moves that people make, right? Um, I would say between 85 and 90% of my 300 something word, maybe even higher, dissertation follows that structure. There are maybe a couple of times I've looked back at it, but no writing is absolutely perfect. Where
Hmm.
a paragraph was 6 sentences. I don't think I ever got to seven. And the reason why is once you get beyond 5 sentences, you are most likely talking about something else.
Hmm.
You should
Hmm.
start a new paragraph.
Right.
If you develop that practice right now and build that practice in your assignments, every assignment that you do now, I want you to think of the writing practice begins with your assignments. You
Hmm.
write the way, write, there isn't a difference between writing your dissertation and writing your assignments. They are not, they're not different.
Okay.
And so here's the rule of the meal plan. The first sentence is M, that is your idea, that comes from you. Some general thought that you want to write about. And we'll practice that in a second. The second sentence is the evidence, or E. That's where there's going to be a citation, either in the narrative form at the beginning or at the end in an in-text citation. And now that brings up like, what are citations? How do you cite? Blah, blah, blah. Emerging scholars either undercite or oversight,
Mm.
and they don't know how to cite well,
Facts.
right?
I always get caught with too much in-text citation. I've noticed that pattern from professors. I think maybe about starting last year, they started making those notes in my papers, like, summarize, don't use in-text citation. I'm like, I don't know how to do it any other way.
Paraphrase is probably, are they asking you to paraphrase?
I have no idea. Maybe, and
Okay.
I just haven't figured it out.
That's the other thing. We get tone deaf. We don't hear the feedback. We can't process the feedback, and we're moving so fast that we don't really care about the feedback. And then it's a double-edged sword because you're here, the only way you're going to grow is from feedback. And then if
Hmm.
eventually tenured professors stop giving feedback because they're tired. I've been in the academy now 5 years. I'm still, my legs are fresh.
Hmm.
And I have to read this shit. So it's got to make sense to me. Like I want to read stuff that's interesting for me to read. And
Right.
so when I'm reading work, this is what happens. I read, mm. By the third time, your grade goes from A to B.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm teaching right now psychology online in prison.
Oh, wow.
And you would not believe only in 2 weeks, this is week two, how much their writing has grown.
That's awesome.
I also took a class at the Chicago School. I'm one of the few Chicago School instructors who are certified in something called teaching academic writing across the course curriculum. So
Mm.
I'm really prepared. It's part of my pedagogy. So you have to put a citation in the second sentence. And the only place that is if you have a paragraph and if there are no citations anywhere else, they have to be in the second sentence.
Okay.
It can be in the third and the fourth sentence, but citations are never in the first nor the last.
Okay. I've
And
been doing at least that right.
that's because the first sentence is your idea and the
Right.
last sentence is the wrap up. And it's helping you to get to the next paragraph.
Hmm.
So ME, evidence here, always here. Evidence or citations can be in the third and the fourth sentence, depending on what you're doing.
Hmm.
But if there's no citation anywhere else, it has to be in the second sentence. Otherwise, you're just giving us your opinion,
Right.
right? Okay.
Hmm.
That's the ground. And luckily I have a video that I will send to you.
Oh,
that explains the meal plan, breaks it down. And I would like actually to see an example of something that you wrote that you're proud of, so we can take a look at it. All right,
mhm.
now, the second thing that the writing process involves is learning American Psychological Association, seventh edition writing style, internalizing it. That means
Mm.
not going to a citation generator. That means learning how to
Fun.
do it yourself.
Okay.
Because pretty soon, like a lawyer, like a doctor, like a therapist, you're going to be somebody in the public trust. Do you want to go to a lawyer who, when you ask the lawyer to write the contract, they go to AI to learn how to write the. No, you want a lawyer who knows the basics of contracts, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to go to a doctor who like does a Google search as they're
For
seeing.
your symptoms.
I could do
Right.
PubMed myself, right?
Right.
So you really do have to learn. And again, I have a video on APA because these are the things that I talk about all the time. I thought a couple years ago, let me just write a video. Let's create a video so that students can have it. Do you own an APA manual?
Two, actually.
That is, I cannot tell you how many times that's the answer.
Yeah.
Have you
I
cracked them open?
Yes, actually, I do. I have one from I belonged to a scholarship program when I was in community college, and they always used to pair us up with a mentor who would meet with us weekly, right? My mentor just happened to be an English um, doctor. I don't know what she got her doctorate. Well, it was in English, but I don't remember at this point. So she was a stickler for and she wasn't my tutor at that time, but she would always review my papers and she's like, "Where's your manual? Bring out your manual. We're gonna go through it." She was awesome.
Well,
So
I'm her
yes, I
coming
have
back to
two.
haunt you.
Great. She'll be so glad.
I am coming back to haunt you.
She'll be so happy to hear that.
Are there two more things that it's on the shelf? Can you reach it?
Yes, let me grab it. So this is, I think, the one I got with the Chicago school
Yeah,
when I
good.
first started. Don't mind the dust. And then this is the one
Oh, no,
that I had from community college,
okay, yeah, that one you can put away. It's probably sixth or fifth edition.
seventh.
It's seventh edition?
Yeah,
When were you in community college?
2011, 2012, something like that. I think so. Yeah.
20, wait, seventh edition didn't come out until 2020.
Oh, then maybe I'm wrong. I'm
Yeah,
sure I'm wrong. Okay.
yeah,
So
20.
just this one.
Okay. Yeah, you can donate that one
Okay.
because all the rules have changed.
Great.
But yeah, I got so tired of carrying. I was a road warrior for m most of my doctorate program. I got tired of
Hmm.
carrying it mine around, so I have an electronic version of it.
Okay.
So I'd like you to just start, open it up,
Hmm.
get a pen out,
Hmm.
and just let's start with any one question that you've ever had about APA structure. Write the question. I'm going to grab myself some water. I haven't had any water all day. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. What questions do you consistently have?
I guess I just never really understood why the citations or the references have that structure, like why they go that way. But to be honest with you, I've never really thought about it. I've never just kind of used APA, okay, like a little robot.
You never, so the question is like, why do we use writing structure?
Not really. I know that there's different ones, and that we use APA, but never really given it a second thought as to why.
Well, let's use why do we use, what do you think?
Well, I think it's a form of keeping structure for the way that um, text is written to facilitate maybe finding information in a certain way or knowing how to locate information, kind of like a dictionary, but just more consistency across the board.
Right. So goes right back to the question about practice, right?
Hmm.
Um, what distinguishes a practice of psychology from uh, law or medicine or therapy is that the rules. So it is the common rules that we all agree to because we come from different fields about how we're going to share information. It really also is really much, very much based in rules of publishing.
Mm.
So, the original way that we published was the printing press. And so we had to have rules about like what the typesetters were going to do.
Right.
And so here are some rules, like some common rules. Here are the common rules that like I correct over and over and over again. Do you know the rule about numbers?
No.
The numbers in APA are written between for zero to nine are written as words. 10 and higher are written as numerals.
Hmm. Good to know.
Mhm. All right. We don't use contractions.
That one I knew.
And the reason why is it's hard to see if that little mark, but it's easier to see do not
Right.
versus don't.
Hmm.
Uh, we don't capitalize theories or anything. Everything is capitalization down unless it's a proper word.
Mm.
Um, authors with sources with three or more authors are written with et al.
Mm.
In sixth edition before, you had to write them all out once, and then you could et al them. But seventh edition, we et al them from the start.
Mm.
Uh, the list of references at the end of a paper uses a hanging indent.
Mhm.
Students do crazy things to get that hanging indent. Do you know how to use that, do a hanging indent on
I
Word?
do. Yes. I can only imagine all the spaces you've had to.
Thanks, sweet baby black Jesus. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Do you know how to write a reference, like looking at that book, or grab another book off your shelf, any book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Show me the name of the book.
It is literally the first one that I could.
Fantastic. All right, uh, pull up, share your screen. Tell me the name of the book again.
Organizational culture.
But who wrote it?
Joanne Martin.
Okay. Uh, little test. Share your screen.
Mhm. Any screen? Okay,
Uh,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Word screen. The blank word screen. Make it a little wider for me. There you go. Okay. Um, uh, Go ahead and make it double space. Let's see that. And let's say we're at the end of the paper and
Mm-hmm.
you're about to start the references list. So let me see you create references, the references section.
Does the font matter? Do you want me to do it how I
Uh,
would?
yes, the font does matter. There
Okay.
are two.
I didn't know if for
Yeah,
like practice purposes you
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
me to change it or not.
Let's see. Let's practice makes perfect. Yeah, there you go. And uh let's see you make a hanging indent.
So typically I do that
Yep,
side, but just
yep.
go line spacing
Yay.
special.
I'm so happy. Fantastic. You're already head and shoulders over most of my doctorate students. All right. So if you were citing this book, um, what's your normal practice? Would you go to a citation generator to do it?
100%.
Okay. That ends today.
Okay.
All right. The rules of citations are simple. This is written by only one author, right?
Hmm.
So last name first, comma, first initial. All right, now space. Everything happens with a period.
Hmm.
So if we had two authors, we would continue, but we only have one author. What's the next thing that goes there?
The date of publishing?
Yep,
Okay.
in parentheses.
Hmm. I always have a hard time
Find that. Okay, we
with
have to.
books.
You have to build that eye coordination.
Okay.
It's on that page with the ISBN number.
Hmm.
It's usually around the copyright symbol.
Okay. So it is that one.
Yep. Period. Everything ends with the period and
Hmm.
space. Now, what's the name of this book? Does the book have one title or two?
Two, organizational culture mapping the terrain.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. So Citations for books. Um, the rule is anything that you're going to go look off the shelf is in italics.
Okay. So would the whole title be in italics in this
The
one?
whole title's in italics, except any edition, like seventh or sixth, whatever the edition, that doesn't, right? And period. Okay, good. Now we can learn this rule. The title of the book should appear in sentence case. That means culture should be lowercase and terrain should be lowercase. But mapping starts capitalized because of the colon.
Okay.
That's sentence case. Let's take a moment to like really look
I
at
don't
the
think I've
stuff.
ever like paid attention to that.
It's everywhere. It literally is, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? So
Funny.
then get to the end of it,
Uh,
the end of that line.
oh,
Is references bold? Make sure it is. No, no, the word references. There we go. Now, seventh edition, we use just the publisher. So that's not in that's not in italics. The only thing that's in italics isn't in italics is what you're going to reach for off the shelf. And there's only one space. Yeah, there you go. Who's the publisher?
Sage Publications. Oh,
Period. Ink. Yeah, there you go. Enter. You just made your first citation
yay!
without going to a citation manager.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Now let's do the American Psychological Publication book itself.
Okay.
Grab that book, let's cite that.
Who's the writer for this?
Mm, the association is the writer.
The American Psychological Association? Mhm.
Now, the rule would be
Mhm.
um, we're typing now who the publisher is, but the
Mhm.
publisher and the author are the same
Are the
thing.
same.
So you
Right.
write the word author.
Oh.
Uh, although here we're missing something. We're missing the addition, which is part of the title. But the addition is never in parentheses.
Mhm. Would it go at the end?
Yep.
Yeah,
So
right.
turn the parentheses off, and I'm sorry,
The
italics. I
italics.
meant italics. It's in parentheses. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. Nope, nope. Go on the back. Put parentheses, seventh.
Oh, it is in parentheses.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
trying to say it talked. Seventh. Okay, great. See what just happened? Backspace again.
Mm-hmm.
It's the little, I forget what that's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you do TH in space and it jumps
Mm-hmm.
up,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what you want. Okay, and addition is just ED period. Nope, lowercase. Parentheses. There you go. Period. Every little thing ends with a period.
Okay.
Look at that.
This is gonna be fun. Is that two periods? Yeah. Okay.
Make sure there's not an extra space? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's talk about um, citing a study. Do you know how to cite a study? A peer-reviewed study?
New.
New line. Okay. Do you have a study nearby? I can provide you with one. Here, actually, I think that might be the easiest thing so that you can look.
Okay.
And how you doing so far? Wait, what's going through your mind?
Uh, I think it's just, and maybe I'm just being too hard on myself, which I typically am. But I'm always like, is this something I should have already known? Like things that I should have just been practicing this entire time
Yes.
and haven't been. And that's why I feel
No,
like, you know what I mean? Like that's what's going through my mind.
but you're not alone. How do you know I was able to, did you feel like like I had been sitting over your shoulder watching you, like talking, just being able to describe what you do?
Um, a little bit, but not in a negative way. Not
That's
in
because
like
we
a,
all did it. We all did it.
okay.
I did it. All of my colleagues did it. All of my students do it. We all like figured out like for some reason. I have a friend who has been an English teacher for many years. When I graduated in 2023, she had been ABD, all but dissertation, for 10 years because as an English teacher, she didn't want to learn APA. Her
Ooh.
primary reason. And because she's so damn competitive, once I crossed the stage, the next year she got a PhD.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
All right. So here we are. This is a study. And I remember the day that I became a real little boy. That day was the day that I realized just because I got a citation from the library, it wasn't right. It wasn't automatically correct.
Mm-hmm.
I still had to learn the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just like the book, the publication manual, it starts with the author. Who's the
Okay.
author?
I don't know. I can't see it. Am I? Oh, there it is. I was looking at the wrong screen. Um, Justice J. Randolph.
Okay. So we would write it.
Would it just be one J or both?
Randolph, comma, J period, J period.
Okay.
Go ahead, write it.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yes.
What's the next thing?
The title of the, no? Oh, the date. Sorry. Just 2009. Period. Okay. And now it's a
Right.
title, right? Which is, I don't know, practical assessment. Dentist case. Research.
Okay, so you have the title of the,
Yes.
okay, so the title of the article.
Right. Hmm.
The title of the article is, should it be in sentence case or major word case?
I thought it was sentence case.
Should be in sentence case.
Okay, that's how I did it.
Should it be italicized or no?
I feel like this is a trick question.
It is.
Okay, good. I did it italics. Yeah, I did italics.
Nope. The thing that you go to get off the shelf is italicized. You need to
Oh,
get that
that's
off the shelf
right. That's
because what would
right.
you look for if you were looking for this? You
Right.
look for the journal,
Yeah. So this is just
regular type.
regular. And the journal would be in italics.
And what's the name of the journal?
Is it the Walden University?
That's the name of the
No,
university.
I can't. Um, Copywriting. Okay. Practical assessment, is that what it says? Research and education?
Evaluation.
Okay.
Now, how should that appear? Sentence case or major word case?
Major word case, right?
Major word case.
Because it is
It's a
period.
publication,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Uh, and that's how you can distinguish when you're reading reference lists, how you know you're looking at a book versus a journal is the book will be italicized, the journal will
Hmm.
be italicized.
Okay.
All right, so now after the journal, we don't need a period, we need a comma. Because what goes after that, I don't know, you look kind of young, but I'm old enough to remember that you have to go to the library, actually go to the library
Hmm.
and look on the shelf and find the
Yeah.
journal. You go,
Hmm.
practical assessment, volume one, two, three, four. Oh, I'm looking for volume 14.
Hmm.
So not every journal has a volume and an issue number. Some have both. Some have volume, no number. Some have number, no volume. But this one has volume and issue number. The volume should
So,
also be in italics
okay.
because
And is it
that's
the
what you'd be
full
looking
word?
for. Nope, for the number 14.
Just a number 14. All
Mhm.
right.
Now I'm going to shuttle forward to the references in this study.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is not great, but here's one.
Hmm.
Look at how it's formatted.
Hmm. I never understood what those numbers meant.
Yeah, so you have to, that part of becoming the practice is
Hmm.
knowing what those numbers mean.
Okay.
We've trained ourselves as students to ignore this information, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
So 27 is the
Just the
volume
volume.
number. 4 is the issue number. You see how 27 is leaning against 4?
Mm-hmm.
That's the style. And then there's
Okay.
a comma, and then you have the page range. This article goes from 369. So if you opened it, you flip to
Hmm.
369. Otherwise, you're just like trying to find that article.
Right. Right.
Okay. Some articles are listed where It's in the volume and they'll say page number or start like page 280 or whatever. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
they don't. This one doesn't. It just starts page 2. So you just
So
label
would
it.
this one not have a issue number?
It has no, it has a volume number
The volume number,
and
but
an issue
issue.
number.
Oh,
I'm
number
talking about
13.
the page range.
Got it.
The
Yeah.
page range for this one is just 1 through 13.
Mhm.
All right, let me see your citation. Show me your screen again.
Think I missed something.
Let me see, I'll show you.
Oh no, there it goes. Yes. Where's my share button? No. Yay.
Now, do you know how to cite a book where the author is different for the chapter than the editor of the book?
No. The HBR comes to my mind because I know that happens a lot with the Harvard review, but no, I don't.
Let me find you one. Oh, here, before we do that, do you know
Hmm.
how to cite a website?
No.
All right, let's find the website. Uh,
It's interesting how, like, once you understand what each portion is, like, you understand, like, the importance of it. Because if you're looking for something, then yeah, that's what you're going based off of. Like, instead of Google searching what you're trying to find.
how much time have you wasted
A lot.
when all you had to do was learn the rule?
Yeah, right.
All right. So I'm gonna go to a page. You're in organizational psychology, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Let's say you wanted to um, cite, and by the way, this is going to change, revolutionize your writing because all of a sudden now you can cite things that are around you, right?
Right. Hmm.
So let's say we wanted to cite this web page. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, the author of the web page is Society for Industrial and Organizational Psychology. Go for it.
Society for, let me see, I can need to zoom in. There we go. Industrial. Period.
Period. The date of this web page, not every web page has a date.
Mm,
So when it doesn't have a date, do you know what you put?
no clue. The date you went on the website?
That's very good though. N period, D period, no date.
Okay.
Inside
In
parentheses.
parentheses. Capitalized or lowercase? Okay. Hmm.
N period, D period. So
Close
parentheses, N
face.
period, D period, all together. Parentheses, period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, the web page title. which is PSYOP history. How should that appear?
Italicize.
And sentence case?
Sentence case.
So that what does that mean with history?
It's lowercase.
Mhm.
Okay. And then since PSYOP is an acronym, would that all be
All
all
caps. Yep.
caps? Okay.
Okay. Now, because websites change all the time,
Hmm.
you have to put when you retrieved it, the date and when you retrieved it. So it's retrieval information.
Hmm.
And you do that by saying retrieved, the word retrieved,
Hmm.
today's date, the date or the date that you retrieved it,
Hmm.
and then the word from. And then after that, the URL that I just sent you.
Are there any periods in between any of that? No? Okay. Making sure. Okay.
Actually, I forgot one thing. Before retrieved is the author. And since the author is the organization, you just write author. So after the
Title of the
after
website.
the title page, period, the word author, period, retrieved, the date, the
Date.
word from, and then
The
the
URL.
URL.
Hmm.
And there isn't a period after the URL. And anytime you have a URL, we'll talk about this for DOIs or document object identifiers, you have to, you don't use a period. The link should be live so that somebody could grab it.
Right. Hmm.
And
I'm
let
going
me
to share it.
see your work.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Nice.
All right, let's do a source that has a title or that has where the author is different than the editor. So I'm trying to remember a source that I could use for you. Evaluations. One of my favorite books. Uh, there we go. Okay, one of my favorite books in my uh, master's program was this book called Evaluations, the Human Resources Program Evaluation Handbook.
Mm.
Does that sound familiar?
Nope.
Um, it's a program that if you're designing an intervention for an organization, how you should go about designing that intervention, what you should be measuring, and how effective uh, you can predict the evaluation, the intervention is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I ignored that book for a long time. It was overwhelming. It's a big, big book, and it's now one of my favorite books. In fact, since we're waiting for our stuff, like I feel like I'm like gonna lose it without it. Fortunately, it does exist. It does exist online at the
Nice.
Chicago School in the library, and it's a pretty expensive book too. Let me show you what it might look like. Okay. I wish I could show you the whole book because I think it's a lot more impactful when you can see that.
Hmm.
Uh, the name of the authors of this chapter, conducting training evaluation, is Edwards, Scott, Raju, Kionis, and Tonydale.
Hmm.
So go ahead and write that. Edwards, comma, J period, E period, comma, Scott, comma, J period, C period, comma, you got the
I'm
rest.
sorry, Scott's. Let me zoom in. There we go. Scott's.
Oh, hold on. Okay, this is a little tricky. Okay, I got what's happening with this.
Hmm.
Quinones and Tonindale, Tonydale are the authors of the chapter. So we start with
Okay.
them first. And then we go to the editors of the book.
So, Quinones.
So after
Hmm.
Miguel, M period, A period, comma,
Hmm.
we need an ampersand.
What is in
That guy.
that? Uh,
It's over the
oh,
seven.
okay, okay, I got it. I was like, what? Instead of a
Yeah.
comma?
Yeah.
Got
So no,
it.
Quinones, comma, M period, A period,
Right.
comma, space, and space, Tonindale,
Dundell,
comma, S
comma,
period.
S period. Okay, that's what I
Okay.
got.
The
Mm-hmm.
book was published in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see where it is. It would be so much easier to see it in if I had the book here.
Yeah. Like the
Yeah. Okay. 2003 is when it was published.
mm-hmm. And then it would be
The name of the article, conducting training evaluation. How should that appear?
not italicized and sentence case. Conducting training evaluation. Period.
Look at you. Now, that chapter is inside a book that is edited by Edwards, Scott, and Raju. So you
Okay.
write the word in with a capital IN.
Italicized
Nope.
or Okay.
In.
Mhm.
And then, so since they're the editors, not the authors, we reverse it. So instead of Edwards, comma, J, comma, Edwards, comma, J period, E period, it's J period, E period, Edwards, comma, J period, C period, Scott, comma, ampersand, in period, S period, Raju. Don't put a period after that because you put in parentheses, capital E, and then lowercase ds as the editors. EDS period,
Mhm.
parentheses, comma. The name of the book is the Human Resources Program Evaluation Handbook. How should that appear?
Italicized,
And
and then I don't think this is sentence case, right?
in
This
this
is,
sentence case,
oh, it is?
the
Okay.
only time, the only thing that appears in major word case is the name of the journal. And that's how you know you're looking at a journal and not a book.
Got it. Okay. So I got a little confused after EDS, period,
ADS, comma, E,
comma.
parentheses, parentheses, E, capital E, D, S, period, parentheses, comma, space. The Human Resources Program Evaluation Handbook.
Period,
Nope.
comma. I think I
Oh,
got
oh,
it. So
okay.
it's parentheses, EDS, period, parentheses, comma, the human resources. The human
Program,
resources, what?
program dash evaluation handbook.
There we go. Period.
And then, not period yet,
Oh,
because you want, if you picked up that book, you want to know where it is. What
right.
pages? It's from pages 223 to 243. And when we're talking about a page range, it's PP period. And none of that's in italics.
Is there a reason why this one wouldn't? Oh, because it's not an article. So there is. Never mind. Mhm. Okay. I think I got it.
Now period.
Mm-hmm.
And Sage Publications is the author. Sage Publications, period.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Get rid of that extra space between that.
Here.
Yep. PP 2023 needs to be inside parentheses and not italic. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the N in N shouldn't be capitalized. So it's just capital I, lowercase n. Yep. And it's J period space E period so that you can see every, so you separate the initials. So that do that for Randolph. There you go. For Quinones,
This one, the front.
uh-huh. For
Got it.
Randolph,
Where's Randolph? Oh, up here.
uh-huh. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, do you know how to cite a YouTube?
No. Cite the YouTube.
Mhm.
Things I didn't think I would ever have to, to learn.
Uh, uh,
I would imagine it's a similar structure as a website, but if you're only picking out certain
Brain.
information,
Out.
All right, here's the YouTube.
Mhm.
You start with the name of the content provider, which
So
is
the person. Ooh, let me see. Would it be smart student?
Smart Student. And because this is a proper name, Smart and Student are capitalized.
Okay.
Then, then what's next?
Period. The year.
Yep. Okay, now here's the tricky thing. It's
Hmm.
2022, comma, space September 3,
Hmm.
period. Then the name of the video.
It says the basics of citing
How should that appear?
sentence case,
And,
italicized.
yep,
Oh, I'm referencing. Oh, basics of citing and reference. Okay.
before the period, though,
Mm-hmm.
turn the italics off
Mm-hmm.
and put in brackets video. The word bracket and then capital V for video,
Mm-hmm.
period. Then the word YouTube, because that's who produced it. U,
Capitalized YouTube.
capital Y, capital T, because that's the name of the organization,
Mm-hmm.
period. And then the URL that I just sent you. Show me your work.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Now, all of this
Mm-hmm.
is, do a Command A for me. Can you make the whole, your whole Word, your whole Word document wider so that I can see more of the toolbar? Okay. Do Command A for the whole thing, or yeah, so that the whole, there we go. Go into your line spacing because I think you have some extra spaces turned on. All right, well, we kind of did it, but you
Mm-hmm.
always want to let me click the little arrow next to the line spacing so that we go into the line spacing where you went in for the
This one?
hanging indent, the hanging it. No, but go to like you're doing there you go. See the
Mm-hmm.
before and after? Make sure that it always has 0.
0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's look at your sources. Highlight from Martin. Do me a favor. Save this document. Let's call it citations so that if we lose it somehow, we can get it back. Okay. Uh, okay. Highlight from Martin all the way down because none of these are alphabetized. Do you know how to alphabetize them quickly?
No,
See,
that I don't. Would it
look at
be this one?
AZ. Yep. Paragraphs. Okay.
Hmm. And ascending, right?
Hmm.
Oh, learned a new trick. Couple new tricks today.
Ta-da. Now,
Yay.
I also always advise students, see Tunning Dandel, see how it's got squiggly lines underneath it?
Uh-huh.
If we're ever going to use that source, add it to your, uh, yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Hmm.
Got it.
All right, go above references and let's add a page break. Go in front of the word references, in front of it.
Oh, in front of it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then there you go, blank page. There we go. Let's go up and give the title,
Oh,
there you go. Let's call this let's give the paper the title Learning APA Structure or Learning Academic Writing.
mhm.
New line. Okay. Make Learning Academic Writing bold because this is called a level 1 section heading. That's anything that is centered, like references, is a level 1 heading, and it should be in major word case and major word case and in italics. Let's get to the
Okay.
left margin. Okay. And we always want to indent a half inch. Okay. Uh, is that double space? It should be. The whole thing should be double spaced. Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Thinking about what we just practiced, just write a sentence of what you're thinking of as an M sentence.
Oh,
Don't reach for anything, just like what you're thinking.
okay.
There you go.
Well, I don't
Okay.
know.
That's
Mhm.
that's the M sentence. Now we need a citation. We're going to cite, let's cite the American Psychological Association textbook. So go down so you can see what it looks like.
Mhm.
American Psychological Association, and because you cannot abbreviate something that you haven't defined
Haven't
yet.
cited.
So
Okay.
you have to define it. So it's American Psychological Association 2020. So go back up. Okay, now would you like to use APA from now on instead of typing all that out?
Sure.
So in front of 2020, write APA, comma, inside the parentheses.
Oh, okay.
Now, you've just told the reader, anytime you see the words APA, it stands for American Psychological Association. So write something that you
Got
know
it.
about the is, the word is. Don't finish that sentence. Okay. Now I'd like you to use APA as in the next
Hmm.
sentence. Just use
Hmm.
APA.
In that way.
Hmm.
Okay. And just finish off the sentence.
Yeah. Hmm. There's not a period there, is it?
No.
Okay.
Uh, I feel like I'm saying the same thing all over again, but
That's okay. That's okay. Gives an opportunity to see another rule. Highlight the word us.
hmm
Uh, well, in general,
hmm
APA for a very long time, your job is to write not in the first person, not in the second person,
hmm
but in the third person. So that means we and us would not be allowed.
Mm, okay.
No,
Oh,
don't get rid of us. Helps students. Salud.
gracias.
Okay. Now let's go up to the today we. So how can we turn that into not we?
hmm
How can we turn it into third person?
Students. Yeah.
Or emerge? Yeah, okay, that's fine. That works. All right. Now let's say you want to let's go to the end of that paragraph.
hmm
Um, let's say we want to now cite the YouTube video in that sentence, in the rules of writing, so
The end.
backspace.
Okay.
Backspace in that, yeah.
Ooh, feels tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be the name Smart Student and then the video? Like, do we have to say the entire thing we're referencing?
We never ever use the month and the day, but we do have to put it in the citation. So it would be Smart Student 2022.
Okay.
Now let's put it as the citation in the last, as the intake. There we go. There we go.
Here?
Yep.
Oh, okay, okay. Would it just be?
Parentheses, that's we're making it an in text.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Period. Good.
Okay.
Next. For instance,
hmm
the word for instance, comma, citing editors, citing authors who write chapters in books can be tricky. Uh, 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 let's go back. In books like, now let's go down to find those authors.
hmm Books. This was our book reference, right? The Quiñones.
Uh,
So would it be the title of the book and the year?
it would be, nope, it would be Quinones and Tannendale,
This one right here.
2003.
Okay. Make
Uh-huh.
it easier.
Okay, we never use their middle initial, so it would be Quinones and the word and.
Oh, okay. So
Mhm.
just
The word and. Hmm. period.
Mhm.
Uh, um, one, two, one, two, three. One, two, three, four. So let's
Mhm.
write a fifth sentence just to wrap up that paragraph.
Um,
Okay, new paragraph. All right, take a step back. That was a lot.
yes.
So let's
Great.
take a deep breath. Did you breathe?
Yes, I did.
Let's take a moment to reflect. What did you learn? What did you see? What is beginning to take shape in your mind?
Well, there's so much, but I think it's just learning this format and given like the anecdote that I had shared about in text or the in text feedback I kept getting from professors, this just really like opened up this whole other capacity of being able to do that now, right? Like it doesn't feel because despite me not following through with their feedback, it was something that had been kind of in the back of my mind. I'm like, okay, well, I need to figure out how to do this, but not really knowing where to start to do it.
Open up your book to chapter
Hmm.
8.
8.
Yep. Flip forward to chapter 8. Should be around. I have an online version, so it doesn't have page numbers. It's called
Got
work
it.
credited in the text.
Hmm.
Your job this semester, this semester, this week is to spend 1 hour a day
Hmm.
reading that chapter.
Okay. Got it.
Was today a useful conversation?
What's the what? I'm sorry.
Was today a useful
Oh,
conversation?
absolutely. 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will have a canvas shell
Hmm.
that's like your canvas that looks a lot like your canvas for the Chicago school. You don't have it
Hmm.
now because I want please send me, if you could do it in the chat, a personal email address so that we don't confuse the two.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And actually, my husband just got home. How about that? That worked out too good. Um, I'm gonna send you an invitation to join your Canvas shell. I'm so proud of him. He's like doing shit by himself. Doesn't speak Spanish, so
Oh, that's so awesome. I
like,
mean, no better learning tool than exposure, right?
wow, really, really impressive. Uh, publish you. I'm wrapping up. I'm gonna invite you. He just went grocery shopping by himself.
Nice. Is he at least enjoying Mexico?
This week there were a couple of tough moments for me as well. Um, like, everything can be challenging and new, and you're trying to get things, and
Yeah. And I think that happens regardless. Like my
yeah,
parents started going back to Mexico maybe about 10 years ago. And I mean, it's their hometown, it's where they grew up, and even they face challenges. So,
yeah, yeah, it's challenging. Check
yeah.
your
Mm,
spam to see if it comes through. I'd like to confirm that, and by tomorrow, your shell will be populated with this video and
hmm.
things to work on that we talked about. And it'll have also the APA video that I talked about and the meal plan video that I talked about. But you did fine
Okay.
work today. Does your brain hurt?
A little bit. I'm gonna reward myself with some tacos right now.
Yeah. We rewarded ourselves with some tacos last night.
I
We're
don't
gonna,
see it coming through.
yeah. Let's give it a minute, another minute or two. Let me try it again. I don't want you to go away without having that. Okay, it says pending on my side.
Hmm. Oh, I think that's it. Yep.
Okay, go ahead and accept
Hmm.
it. And nothing is really built yet, but I want you to be able to get in. You might have to create a password.
Count.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you in?
Hmm.
All right, let me check. People. Yep, you're in. All right.
Yay. All
Good
right.
work.
Awesome.
All right, well, I'll see you same time next week. But you
Hmm.
should have a lot of insight
Hmm.
about writing, and
Okay.
it's going to positively impact your academics.
Okay.
You look at all the time you're going to save, not not going to a citation manager. The next
Right, I
step is to
know.
get a citation um, program like EndNote so that it does it. I'm going to show you next week how quickly
Mm-hmm.
all of that gets generated for you, but you still need to learn the rules.
Right, right. Okay.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
good
Okay,
work.
thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.